Hey, this is IndigoMusic.com, Indigo 91.9 on radio. I'm Rohit, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. She is someone who is making it all happen. When I say making it all happen, I'm talking about the South Asian Symphony Orchestra. I've got Mrs. Nirupama Rao with me. Ma'am, first of all, good morning and welcome to IndigoMusic.com.
Thank you very much, Rohit, for having me on the show. I'm quite excited to speak to your audience about our orchestra.
Absolutely. Now since you mentioned about orchestra, I want to ask what inspired you to start the South Asian Symphony Orchestra, and what was the initial vision behind it?
I spent most of my working life in the Indian Foreign Service.
Yes.
I was ambassador of India to various countries, and I ended up as foreign secretary. So I often wondered when I looked at India's relations, especially with our neighbors in South Asia. As you know, South Asia is what you would call the subcontinent. We
Yeah.
have seven neighbors. There are eight countries in all. India is literally at the center of it.
Yeah.
So I felt that maybe I should work if once I was away from the official burdens and responsibilities to promote better understanding, more conversation, more dialogue, I'm sure, which you understand fully because you're engaged in it every day.
Yes.
And I felt that maybe music would be a great medium to instrumentalize this vision. And so once I retired, it took a few years for the vision to take shape, but then my husband and I set up a not for profit trust here in Bangalore. And that's how the South Asian Symphony Foundation was really born. And then we set about contacting musicians, building bridges, literally. We'd never known these people before, we'd never operated in this sector
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
But slowly and but surely, there was a lot of enthusiastic response because nobody really questions you if you say you want to promote harmony, you want to promote understanding, you want to build bridges, and you want to remove prejudice and eliminate stereotypes. And that's how we built these bridges through the orchestra. And now today we have about 14 countries, not just from South Asia, but from the rest of Asia, from the diaspora, because as you know, many people from our region live in other countries.
Yes.
So we've tried to build this institution, you can call it, with people, young people really, musicians, some of them professional, some of them amateur, but they've all come together and created harmony.
Absolutely. And they say music unites everyone. And I think this is one big example of that. Now, I want to talk to you about, you are, of course, a former diplomat. How did your experience influence the creation of an orchestra? And also, do you think this would promote peace and harmony in regions which are not so friendly with us?
Well, my experience as a diplomat certainly helped because, in diplomacy, as you know, as in the other, aspects of communication,
Yeah.
you're reaching out to people. It is very people-centered. People are at the heart of what you do.
Right.
So it was easy for me to make the transition
Mm.
and to start building this institution and introducing myself and explaining the purpose of the foundation and all that experience, I think, from my past definitely helped me. And I was used to working abroad, meeting people from different countries, and establishing a sense of connectivity with
Yeah.
these people. I think those were assets that I was able to put to use in creating the orchestra. And therefore, experience has been extremely reassuring. You asked me about what about countries with which we don't have such good relations. I completely understand your point because it's not easy to build bridges when there are, hesitations which arise from politics or history or current issues that divide countries. So we've moved very very slowly on these fronts because we have to feel the ground or cross the river
Yeah.
feeling the stones, as it were. And so we have had musicians from Afghanistan, for instance, from Nepal, from Sri Lanka. From Pakistan, it's not been possible
Yeah.
because, as you know, the relationship is very fraught and it would have created a lot of issues when it came to visas, when it came to bringing these people across. So we decided maybe we can reach out to people of Pakistani origin who live in
Uh-huh.
different places, who have different nationalities. So once or twice we've been able to invite Pakistani Americans into the orchestra, professional people
Okay.
and the young people. Good experience, and they've gelled very well with the other members of the orchestra and spoken, in fact, very enthusiastically about our mission, and they've been very supportive. So that's how we've gone about it.
Absolutely. And I think it's safe to say that, music can succeed where politics often struggles. But I want to talk about maybe a memorable collaboration that you've had from different countries and regions that you felt, yes, this is going to work. Is there a point in time?
We made a film on the orchestra, a documentary film last year.
Okay.
And the filmmaker, it's called Peace Notes. Our orchestra concerts are called Peace Notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's called Peace Notes, The Journey of an Orchestra. And you can find it on YouTube. And it's also on our website, which is www.symphonyofsouthasia.org. So in that film, we interviewed a number of young musicians, and you can listen to what they have to say about the experience of coming into this orchestra, meeting people for the first time, and many of them, especially those who live in Western countries, were very, they kept emphasizing the fact that for the first time they were with people that looked like themselves.
Absolutely. And you've also put together a big event, and it's coming up this week on August 2nd. To all those who are listening in on watching this, give them all details about what they can expect. What's the orchestra going to be all about on August 2nd?
Yes, really three events lined up. We have one on August 2nd, as you mentioned, at the Christ University Auditorium at 5 p.m. that evening. Then we have the same concert repeated at the Bangalore International Center. Of course, there the audience is smaller because the auditorium is smaller. So I would highly recommend register for the Christ University concert if you can't go to the BIC,
Yeah.
especially because the Christ University has many more seats in
Yeah.
their
And
auditorium.
I would love BIC because we are like BIC is our neighbor. We are in Indranagar. So
Oh, let us know, because then we'll keep seats for you,
sure,
Rohit.
sure. Yes.
And that's a done thing. You can rest assured. And then on the fourth, that's the day after the third. On the fourth, we have a music workshop about leadership and collaboration in orchestral music, and that's going to be at Sabha. This is that new space
Yeah.
that has been developed by Hema and Ravi Chandar. So that's I think at about that's at 6 p.m. if I'm not mistaken, and the BIC one is at 6:30. So these are the three events. Now, let me tell you a little about the concerts. This time we're focusing on opera, which is an art form, as you know. It's Western classical singing, but every form of classical music is beautiful in my view. Our Hindustani classical music, our Carnatic classical music, it's so enchanting to listen to those art forms. And similarly, when you listen to opera, it's very something very sublime about it, because it expresses a range of human emotions, whether it's love or jealousy or death or war or peace, or there's a whole range of emotions that are expressed, and beautiful stories that are woven around each musical offering.
Yeah.
So we are going to have these two wonderful young operatic singers. One is Cheryl Baines. She's from Delhi,
Okay.
Cheryl Om Baines, and the other is a tenor. Cheryl is a soprano. Soprano is the highest range of voice, as you
Right.
know. Tenor is for the male voice, the higher
Yes. Yeah.
voice. So Alok Kumar, he's Indian American. He's
Okay.
going to be the tenor. So between Cheryl and Alok, they will sing songs from some famous operas, one of which is Romeo and Juliet. We all know the story.
Okay.
Then one is La Traviata, a very, very tragic Italian love
Right.
story.
Okay.
And then third one is Carmen, which is, again, a very well-known opera.
Yeah.
Two of these operas, Carmen and Romeo and Juliet, are by French composers. La Traviata is by an Italian composer.
Okay.
And then the orchestra is conducted by Maria Badstue. She's from Denmark.
Okay.
She's a very young, brilliant Danish conductor.
Okay.
But hold your breath. She's Indian by birth
Oh, all
because
right.
she was born in India and adopted by Danish parents when she was
Okay.
an infant, Alvin Arumugam,
Okay.
who incidentally is also going to be here. Alvin is from Singapore.
Okay.
And Alvin normally conducts our concerts, but this time we have a young woman conductor for the first time leading, the show. But Alvin is also going to be in town, and he's conducting a workshop on conducting,
Oh, okay.
the art of conducting
Yes.
at the Bangalore School of Music
Okay.
on the 31st of this month and the 1st of August.
All right, wonderful.
So,
Yeah, and I think you've
yeah.
got a good amount of events that are lined up in the upcoming days, and I'm wishing
Yes.
all the best for this wonderful event, the South Asian Symphony Orchestra, happening on the 2nd at Christ University, and again on the
On the 3rd at the Bangalore International Center, but I believe the registrations are already closed for the BIC.
so
So,
if
so
they
you
want
know,
and register for Christ University.
absolutely, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, looking forward for this wonderful opera and all the best, Nirupama ma'am. Thank you so much for connecting, and I shall see you at the opera.
Thank you, Rohit, and my greetings to your audience.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, ma'am. Thank you.